موجودة عندنا في الويب سايت. تمام. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أجمعين. How are you everyone? Today inshallah we will discuss the questions which came on the first trial. Okay. Now, actually for all the Tajmee'at or the past collection for the first trial, when I see it, I thought most of the questions we solved it already together. But let us see what we reach on the questions. And if you got this question, please tell me, yes, I got this one. Okay, and if you don't, please also tell me. Now, let us see here, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the first question. On this question, when there are extreme value in data, the best measure is what? When you have an extreme value, okay, we have three ways to make a best measure for the data. Okay, I have mean. When I can use mean, when all data there is no extreme value, when no extreme value, I can use mean. I can use median when I have extreme value, but with no gap in the data, and explain that before. And mood, we can use mood when we have repeated data. Okay, when we have repeated data, like for example, if it is qualitative data, I can say red, green, yellow, black, white. So red is repeated, so the mood, it will be red. Okay, so now here, if I have extreme value, I have to use median. The next question, find the value of sine 240. First of all, I have to know where is 240. 240 found in, if this is 0 and this is 90 and this is 180, if you remember, it's 270 and then 360 here. Okay, 360 is here. Okay. So now, in which quadrant, Abdullah, you can find 240? In which quadrant? In which quadrant? Excuse me, do you hear me, everyone? Hi, Amiral. In which quadrant 240 is found? In which quadrant? Yes, in the third quadrant here. Okay, so now in this quadrant 240, if you subtract 240 minus 180, okay, what do you get?
-60.
Yes, it will be 60 degrees. Okay, so now the angle 60 degrees here has the same value of sine 240. It will be equal to sine 60. Okay, but sine here actually is negative. So I must take here negative with me. So what is sine 60? If you remember your fingers before we wrote everything, I told you this is 30, this is 45, and this is 60. And you have to start with sine and then cosine. And you have to know that in your nails you can memorize that 1, 2, 3, and then 3, 2, 1. all of this number, they are divided by 2. All of them divided by 2. Okay? And the top always under the square root. The top always under the square root. So now it will be radical 3 to radical 3 over 2, but in negative. Okay, so this is the solution of this question. Clear? Okay, do you understand this question? Now let us see the next together. He asked you to find the value of I to the power of 16. And if you remember, I told you on your fingers, you have to write here, it's I power 1, and then I square, and then I power 3, and then I power 4. Okay? So now I here, it will be still I. Told you right here, I in the middle, and do you remember the numbers or no? I, then 1, and then I, and then 1. Okay? In the middle, you have negative numbers. Okay? So now 16, if you divide 16 over 4, you will get 4 times 16, you will get 0. So no remainder. So I told you when you have, when your remainder is 4 or 0, this means the last digit. Okay? So the answer here, it will be 1. You understand the way? Okay. Now, what is the range represented the function? This function, we solved it before, okay? And the range here, if he write to you, the range is by this bracket, it is different from this bracket, okay? This bracket is open bracket. This means the number A and B are not included in the range. But if he wrote it A with B closed, this means A, B are included. So you have to look here for the graph. He give you here open circle. Open circle, this means 0 and 4, they are not included, okay, in the domain. In the domain. But he asked you to find what range. Range, you have to look where on the y-axis. On the y-axis for the minimum and then for the maximum. So the minimum here, the maximum is at 4 and the minimum at 0. So you have 0 to 4. Okay. Actually here he wrote it by a circular bracket. Okay. So you have to choose this one now. Okay. So to be 0 to what? To 4. But what about the domain? Domain from 0 to 4 and to be open bracket. Okay. Now the next question, what is the value for C letter that make the matrix non-invertible? It has no inverse. Okay, how can I solve this question? What I have to do? I have to, because he told me that it has no inverse, so I have to define determinant, and then equate it by 0. Okay, how can I find determinant? I have to multiply the numbers on the main diagonal, and then subtract it from the other diagonal. So it will be 2 times C minus negative 3 times 8. Okay, so 2 times C will be equal to 24 because 3 times this is a positive. Okay, positive 24. When you send it to the other side, or let me to solve it step by step, it will be here positive 24 equals 0. Then 2C equal negative 24. So C equal negative 12. So negative 12 is your answer. Okay, this is clear. If it is clear, please raise up your hand or send any emoji, please. Let us to see together. Okay. Now the next question, he said that 84% like reading. What is the standard deviation if the experiment is conducted on approximately 150 people randomly? So now here, he must make a mention this is a binomial distribution to be able to solve the question. But now here, if you see the question, if 84% they are like reading, this means the rest they are not like reading. Do you understand this point? So now, like reading, they consider as the past people, which is P, and equal to 0.84 or 80%. And non-like reading, okay, they will be the rest. They will be the rest. So it will be 1 or 100 minus 84%, which is 16%, and you can say it's 0.16. It's a 0.16, okay? And so now you have the value of P, which is 0.84, and you have the value of Q, which is fail, P for success, and the Q for fail, okay, to be 0.16. And he gave you the number of the people, which is 150, okay? And now he wanted to find the standard deviation. Under the root, you have NPQ, okay? And we solve one question like this in the revision. So now here you can substitute, it's a 150. The number, the N is 150, you can write here 150 times 84 over 100, and then times 16 over 100. Clear? Now let us try to simplify. Now you can cancel 0 with 0. You can divide 15 over 5, it will be 3. 10 over 5, it will be 2. And then you can find the half of 84 with 2, it will be 42. Okay? And then also here, you can say that I have 16 times 42 times 3, all of this under the root. Or you can multiply 3 times 42. 3 times 2, here will be 6, and this is 12. I have 126. So here under the root, I have 126 and times 16, and all of this over 100. If I distribute the root, so I have 126 times the root of 16 over root of 100. Root of 16, it will be 4 over 10, and root of 100 will be 10. But root of 126 is very closer to root of 121, which is give you 11. Okay, so we have to approximate. So now we have here 11. 11 times what will be 4? 44 over 10, which is 4.5, which is very closer to 4.5. Do you understand how we simplify here or no? Yes, hello everyone. You understand how to I hear or no? Okay, okay. Now let us see the next together. What is the absolute value of this value? 6i minus 4. You will just find it by squaring 6 square plus negative 4 square. Okay, so 6 squared will be 36 plus 16. If you add them, 6 with 6 will be 12. You have 1, 3, 3, and to be 62. So now try to guess with me. This root, it will be equivalent to which of the following? If you don't know, you can just only square the number, each number under the root, okay, to know which is the best answer here. So now, and this one, it will be 6 square, which is 66 square, which is 36 under the root, and this is 49 under the root, okay, and 7.2, it will be greater than what? Greater than 49, okay? You can multiply 72 times 72 if you want, okay? I can multiply by my way, 7 times 7 will be 49, and 14 plus 14 will be 28, and then 2 times 2 will be 4, so finally I have 4, 8, and this is 11, and I have here 5. So it will be about this one. 5184. The decimal. Okay. So what do you guess? Under the root 62, 36 plus 16, it's a 36 plus 16, it's a 52. I'm sorry, it's a 52. So 52 is closer to which answer here? If you try to say it is closer to 49, but it is not 49 because 49 less than 52, so you can guess the first option is correct. Because 7 to 7.2, it will be equal to, closer to square root of 52. This is clear or no? This is clear or no? Okay. Now, the next question, the exponential image of this part here. Okay. Now, exponential image, that means I will convert from the root form to the exponent form. Let us to write here the way. If I have a power y, okay, sorry, I can write it a power y, and this is x. So you can convert it to be n over out. Okay, it is n over out. Clear? Do you have any question, everyone? This one is clear. How can we solve? We will write c and n, which is negative 5 over 3. Now, because the fraction, the power is negative, write it as 1 over c to the power of 5 over 3. So A, it will be correct. If this clear for you, okay, please raise up your hand, everyone. Okay, excellent. Now, the next question, he gave you here a function gx and he gave you fx and he asked you to find the product of them. Okay, when x equal 9. So first I have to find the product. I have f and then gx is the x squared. So I multiply them together. You understand? I multiply fx times gx. Okay, I multiply them together. So I have x squared times x, which is x cubed. If I have x equal 9, okay, if I have x equal 9, so I have 9 to the power of 3.
دكتورة,
Yes,
isn't this like the composite or is it different? Like F composite G.
yeah, if this is, it will be composite, you can get the answer. But if it is not composite, you will not get the answer. Okay? So بس هي الصيغة تبعتها المفروض أنا في الكومبوز أنا have to write الكومبوز. Okay? فهنا F and this is GX here. This means GX, it will be inside F. So X squared, it will be here. I will substitute here. Okay? So I have F equal only X squared, which is 9. And when I put 9 here, 9 squared would be 81. You understand, everyone? Do you understand or no? Do you see my screen? Hello?
Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. So now we just take x squared inside f. So we have here instead of x, we will write x squared. So fgx now could be x squared. Instead of x, I write 9. But f it will be g fx. Okay, so it will be only x. And now it will be 9. You understand the difference? F. Okay, do you understand, everyone? Okay, please send anything that it will be clear that you understand what I say. Okay, excellent. Now, let us see the next question together. Now, try to tell me which is correct here regarding to this figure. I'm waiting you. Tell me which is correct. Okay, Muayyad, what do you see here? Which is correct?
Is it A?
A. Why A?
I'm trying to think one sec.
Okay.
I think it's A.
Yes, it's A. Why? I'm asking why.
because I just
Now,
did.
if
I used elimination.
تفضلي Mike. Okay, use elimination. Excellent. Now, is it AB greater than CD? This is AB. And this is CD. No, this is not correct. If AC parallel to BD to DB, AC parallel to DB, this is correct, but actually in the exam, it was written less than, not parallel. Okay? Okay, we wrote it by this way, less than. For that reason, this is not equal. AB less than CD, it is also not equal. So angle A, it must be angle equal to angle D. Why? Because it's a parallelogram. It's a parallelogram. Okay, you understand everyone? Okay, now the next question. Log 5 to this number. How can we solve? It will be log 5, 4 over 100. When you simplify 4 over 100, it will be 1 over 25. And 1 over 25 is equal to 1 over 5 square. And if you flip the fraction, it will be 5 to the power of negative 2. Now I have here log 5, so I will send negative 2 to be here. So I have negative 2 log 5, 5. Now log 5, 5 equal 1. And I have negative 2. So the last answer will be negative 2. Okay. Now let us see the next question. Okay, is this one is clear for you? Okay. Now let us see the next question together. Now for this question, he gave you a piecewise function, and he said that the function is 3 radical square root of 4x when x less than or equal 4, and 2x square if x greater than 4. What is the value at f equal 4? So now here I have to choose the function with equality, okay? And then I substitute by 4. So it will be 3 times 4 times 4. It will be 3 times 4, which is 12. So the answer is A. Is this is clear for you or no? Okay, this is clear for you or no? This is clear. Okay, now let's see the next figure. What is the value of limit x when x approaches to 0 for this function? Actually, we will use the direct substitution. 4 power 0 minus cosine 0 plus 2 times 0 and minus 1. Now this is equal 1, and this is equal 0, and this is equal 0, and this is negative 1. So now we can cancel this together, and also positive 1 with negative 1, it will be 0. It must be a 0. So the answer, I can correct it to be a 0. You understand, everyone? Okay, do you understand, everyone? Send any emoji, please. The PDF already is posted to you on the drive as usual. Okay. Now the next question, find the derivative of this function at point negative 1 and 1. So now the derivative, I have to only find the derivative of negative x, which is negative 1, and the derivative of x is. So now when I write negative 1, the answer is still negative 1. Okay? The answer is still negative 1. You understand, everyone? Do you understand, everyone?
I don't understand.
Okay. Now, if my function is a constant, like 2, okay, and I ask you to find f0, and find f of -2, and find f3, so what do you get? Always, it will be the same answer, 2. So f0, it will be 2. If -2, it will be 2. f3, it will be 2. Why? Because it is a constant function. يعني ايه constant function? يعني if you draw the graph, okay, you have only horizontal line passing through 0, 2, through 2 here. 0, 2. This point coordinate will be 0, 2. Okay. When I said that find f0, -2. -2, -2 is here, is also 2. f3, 3 is here, is also 2. You understand? Okay. But now you have a function. You have a function. If you find the derivative of -x, it will be -1. Clear? When he
Yes,
asks you
thank
to
you.
find the derivative at any x for a constant, it must be this constant. If you have, if your function coming like this way, it's -x squared, okay, plus 6. So now if you drive, you find -2x. Clear? It's a -2x. Is it clear or no? Now you can
Yes, yes.
substitute here. And instead of x, by -x. But if you don't have x, so it will be the same. Okay? Is it clear? Okay. Now, what is the area of a triangle? Has this numbers 5, 5, 1, 3, 0, 1. Actually, I arrange all the numbers in this determinant. If you remember, okay, we have to find the area of a triangle using the 3 vertex of the triangle by this formula, positive or negative half times the value of x, the value of y, and the last column to be only 1. Okay, do you understand? Now let us to solve to find determinant. Positive and negative half, we write it here. And now, if you remember, I have 1. So I write here 1. Okay. It's a positive and then negative and then positive. If you remember the way. Okay. I have to cancel the column and the row. So I have only 1, 1, 5, 1. Okay. The next, it will be -3. The 3. I will cancel also the column and the row of 3. Okay. So I have 0, 5, 1, 1. And the last is 1. Okay. And then if you cancel here also, I will got only 0, 1, 5, 1. Okay. Now quickly you can find your answer because it's very easy numbers. Now you multiply 1 times 1 is 1 minus 5. You have here -4. You understand? Or you want me to solve it step by step? It will be 1 times 1 minus 1 times 5. And then -3. And you have here 0 minus 5. And then plus 1. And then this is 0 minus 5. Okay. You have positive and negative half. And then here you have what? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. -4. -3 times -5 will be positive 15. And then positive times negative will be -5. Okay. So finally you have 15 minus 9 between bracket. And here you have half. So this will be 6 here. Times half, it will be 3. So the answer must be 3. And the answer is not written here, so it will be 3. Okay? Do you understand, everyone? Do you know how we arrange the information? We have 1, we have 5, we have 0. Okay. And also let us to say, for example, if we arrange in numbers يعني from من ascending to descending order. Okay. I don't know if you are following me or no. The first point on x-axis will be 0, 1. The next point will be 1, 3. The next point will be 5, 5 on the x-axis. So I can start with 0, 1, 5. I want to check only something. And then y, and then 3, and then 5. Okay. And then 1, 1, 1. Okay, clear? Let us to find the determinant of this one. Okay, so the first is positive, negative, positive if you remember. So I have on the first 0. And if I write anything here to be 0, and then I have negative 1. Okay, and if I cancel this with this one, okay, I have only 1, 5, 1, 1. And then I have positive 1, and I have to cancel. So I have 1, 5, 3, 5. 1, 5, 3, 5. Now let us solve. The first is 0, and we have 1 minus 5. And then we have 5 minus 15. Okay, now this is 0, and I have here negative 4 with negative to be positive 4 here. And then 5 minus 15 to be negative, yes, negative 10. Okay, so the answer, it will be negative what? Negative 6. If you multiply negative 6 times half, you will get negative 3. And the answer, because you are looking for the area, okay, so the answer must be 3. So the answer, ya shabab, it will be 3, not one of the options. Okay. This is clear or no? Yes, excellent. Okay, excellent. Now let us see together what else we have. We have to finish all the questions regarding to يعني, which we collect here. Now, what is the value of I to the power of 30? I power 30, what do you get? I power 30. How can we solve it? We have to take 30 over 4. 30 over 4, it will be 7. 7 times 4 will be 28. If you subtract, you will get 2. So that means the second. So on your second finger, what do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I. So this is I. This is negative 1, negative I, and then positive 1. So here you have negative 1. Clear, مؤيد? Clear, Sama?
Yes.
Okay. If you send like this one, it is better to understand, to see that you are understanding everyone. Now for the next here, what is he gave you the parent function? It's x squared. Which of the following function can be represent the graph? Okay, try to solve it. Yara, تفضلي يا يارا.
Is it A?
A. Okay, let us to check together. Now, the parent function, it will be this one. Okay? When it will be shifted, negative 1 to the left, to the right. Now it shifted on the x to the right. This means it will be here. Okay, so now I have x minus 1 square. And then it shifted 2 units upward. So it will be here. okay, here. And then it will reflect. This means I have to add 2. And it will reflect upside down. So I have to multiply this by negative here. So I have negative, yes, it's A. And we can correct here on B to be here positive, for example, to be different. A and B to be different, okay? So now if you correct with me, so it would be the answer. Clear, everyone?
Doctora,
Oh, okay. Yes,
can you explain again?
okay. Now you can work on the graph. Okay. If the parent function starting from here, but now if you look on the x, the vertex of the function is shifted on x 1 point and shifted on the x 1 point to the right and shifted upward 2 units. Okay, I correct this to be plus. So now negative 1, x minus negative 1, this means shifted to the right. But x plus 2, this means shifted to the left. You understand? So here x minus a and the plus a. X minus a to the left, I'm sorry, to the right. And plus it will be to the left. Okay? And as you see here, the function is the vertex on 2. This means I'm going upward 2 units. Okay? Now, the function is reflected around x-axis. Okay? Around the horizontal line. So if it is reflected around the horizontal line, it must be the whole function, it multiplied here by negative. You understand this point?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So the first, it will be correct. Okay, the next question together. Now, try to find the slope of the equation. When he asks you to find the slope of equation, it means you have to find the first derivative. Okay? So I have to find first derivative. I have to write the equation by this way. It's 2x power 5 over 4. And then I find the derivative. It will be 2 times 5 over 4 and then x 5 over 4 minus 1. And instead of writing 1, I told you to save your time, write 4 over 4. The same denominator on the top and the bottom. So now if you simplify, you will get 5 over 2. And then you have x to the power of 5 minus 4 to be quarter. So you can write it as 5 over 2, x power 1, and here 4. It will be D. So if this is clear, please. Now the next question. Now, value of, he wants you to subtract here. So we'll subtract negative by this way. It's a negative 1. And then multiply minus 4. You understand? And then 3 minus 2 times 1 will be minus 2. And then 1 minus 2 times 3, which is negative 6 here. Minus 6, sorry. And then negative 3. And then negative 2 times 0. It will be here 0. So now I have negative 5 negative 5, and then 3 minus 2 will be here 1, and 1 minus negative 6 will be here negative 5, and this is negative 3. Negative, I'm sorry. Yes, negative 3, and then negative 2 times 0 is 0, so I have here negative 3. So this is the answer, negative 5, this is your answer, okay? So we can correct one of that here, negative 5, 1, negative 3, okay? Okay, do you understand? Okay. Now let us see the next together. Fahad went a trip with his family and they chose a square-shaped area labeled A, B, C, D to set up his tent. He then relied on two perpendicular axes to determine the coordinate of the area that are what are the coordinates of the center of the tent to place a pole, and he give you all the coordinates of the Now I draw this for you, okay, and I put here the coordinates. The idea of the question to know the coordinate of the center, to put your axis here in the center, okay, to make your tent, to fix your tent, okay. So you have to find the coordinate of the midpoint of any line, BD, or midpoint of AC. Do you understand? So now let us to solve here. To find the midpoint, I have to add 7 plus 6, the x coordinate over 2. And then y coordinate over 2 also. Okay? So now 7 plus 6 will be 13 over 2. And you have here 7 over 2. He gave you all like a decimal number. So 13 over 2 to be 6.5. And 7 over 2 to be 3.5. So this is your answer. This is clear or no? Okay, this is clear or no? Okay, excellent. Now let us see the next question. If y equal minus 1, y equal minus 1, y equal minus 1, actually it is a horizontal line. This horizontal line passing through y equal negative 1. So the equation of this line, it will be y equal negative 1. He wants you to know which line has the same or belong this to or passing through these points. Because here you have negative 1, so negative 1 will be a constant y coordinate, while x, it will be variated with u, okay? So you have to look here only for the y coordinate, as you have to find y equal always negative 1. For that reason, this is the answer. Do you understand or no? Okay, do you understand, everyone? Okay, next question. Ahmed drank 3 deciliters of milk and and that means that he drank in liter. How much? Now, خلينا نقول كده مع بعض what the meaning of deciliter and what's the meaning of liter. I draw this stairs and I have liter on the top. Deciliter, centiliter, milliliter. Each step equivalent to 10. So when you want to convert from bigger to smaller, you multiply. When you want to convert from smaller to bigger, you divide. Okay? So now if you have 3 deciliter, I have divided over 10 to convert it to be a liter. So I have 0.3 liter only. So this answer is correct. But please don't forget that if he writes to you decimeter cubed, each 1 decimeter cubed will be equivalent to 1 liter. Don't forget that. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, do you understand everyone? The next question. Okay. Everyone. Hello, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Do you hear me? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, yes.
Yes, I want you to read this scenario, please. Once you finish, raise up your hand or open your mic. You are not more a student. You can open your mic and say, I finished. I'm waiting you. Okay, Muayyad, could you read it, please?
Okay. If the value of a share at the time of subscription for one of the companies was 90 riyals, and after 3 months from the subscription date, the value of the share of this company became 96 riyals. If we assume that the value of the share follows a monthly arithmetic progression, then the expected value of the share after 7 months from the subscription date is...
Okay. So he said that at the time subscription of one of the company, they started with 90 riyal. After 3 months, they have what? They have 96. Okay. So the value of 96 to be the value for the 3rd or the 4th month. Hey, Muayyad, what do you get?
I got 104 as the answer.
You got 104. How do you solve, ya Muayyad? Yes, how do you solve?
Because they said in 3 months it gained 6. So in another 3 months, it'll gain another 6. So that's 102. And then that's 6 months. They said 7. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I just added 1 more month.
Yes, okay. Are you agree with them, everyone? With Ham, sorry. Are you agree with Ham? Okay. Could I write with you the answer? Your answer, please?
Me?
No. Could I write with you the answer? يعني your answer, yes. Could I write with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm with you. What I have to write?
I wrote 90.
90.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
after that, I wrote under it 96 and 3.
96.
And in 3 months, so 3 beside it.
I will write 3. يعني I will add 3 or what?
No. Beside 96, I wrote 3.
يعني I leave like this way?
No, so like 96. It's like a table basically. So 96 and then 3 beside it. So like shares and months basically.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay. And then?
And then because it said in 7 months, so then another 3 months, it'll gain 6. So under 96 is 102 and then another 3.
Okay, and then another 3. Okay, and then?
So it's 102.
Over 2?
No, 102.
You add 96 plus 3? Or what is 1?
Should I send you a picture on WhatsApp?
Yes, it
All
is
right, one
better.
second.
Yes,
One
please.
second.
Yes, please. I'm waiting. Yes. Okay, I understand how you solved it. Okay. Yes, he said that 96, it will be for the first 3 months, and the next 30 months, okay, it will be also 96, okay. Okay, why you add here 6 يا مؤيد?
Because they want
You
after
write
7 months.
96 and then is 3, yes. And then after 6
then,
months,
yeah.
you mean that? So you add
Because
96 plus 6, it will be
yeah.
102 there, and then
And then I added another 2 because each month is worth 2.
Yes. Okay. What about if you will find it by using the formula? The first month is 90. Okay. and he said that after 3 months from the subscription date, the value of the share of this company became 96 riyal. 96 riyal. So in the first to be 90, and then 92, 94, and then 96. Okay. So the next month here, after 96, it will be what? If you add every time 2. 90, and then 92, and then 94, and then 96, then 98, and then 100, and then 102, and then 104. If you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. فهنا هو قال لنا ايه بقى؟ For the 7th month. You see the 7th month, it was 102. Do you understand everyone? ليه بقى يا دكتور؟ لأن هو قال لك after، خلي بالك معي، after 3 months, okay, the value is، وهنا قال لنا إنه if the value of a share of a time of subscription of one company was 90 ريال after 3 months from the subscription date، يعني من أول يوم، تمام؟ the value it was 96. فال 90 it will be the first, and then the second, the third, and 6 will be the fourth. It will be the fourth. Okay. So when you are looking for A7, A7 it will be equal to A1 plus 6D, if you remember the formula. Then this is 90, and this is here 6 times 2. Okay, so 90 plus 12, it will be 102. Okay, so the answer is not C, but it is it's B, not C. You understand يا جماعة؟ فاهمين؟ Okay, do you understand everyone? Okay, what about you, Yara, Miral?
Yes, I understand.
Ibrahim? Okay, excellent. Ibrahim? Don't know if he... Okay. Some students, they left because they missed the internet connection. Now, the center of circle. What is the center of circle? This is square here. It is written as x minus 2 square plus y plus 1 squared equal 4. طبعا هنا if you compare it by the original formula, x minus h square and y minus k square, and this is equal to r square. So the center, if you remember, it's h and k. So now the center, it will be compared here, it will be 2, and the negative k with positive 1, this means you have here negative 1. Okay, so it will be 2 and negative 1. If he asked you for the radius, you can just take square root for 4, it will be 2 units. Clear يا جماعة? This is clear? If this is clear, please raise up your hand here on the classroom, please. Okay, now let's see the next together. And I correct the questions, but I don't know it is reflected once I معلش يا جماعة ثانية واحدة بس، لأن أنا I did the correction but مش عارفة في حاجة، فثانية واحدة بس لو سمحتوا. Maybe once when I converted يعني from PowerPoint to PPT it is reflected. فهنا something is not I think it is not correct. Let me to check. This is question number 25. Question 25. No, it's correct. Okay. Could you find the value of y? How? We have to send 2 to the other side. So we have 1/3 minus 2. And then you have 5 over y minus 2. And then here you can make this like the same denominator. So 1/3 minus 3. And this is the 6 here. Okay. If you simplify, you will go on the top negative 5 over 3 equal 5 over y minus 2. Okay. يعني this negative, it can be written in the bottom. So I can write it here and here positive. Okay. And then I can equate negative 3 with y negative 2. You can send this to the other side, and then you can say y equal negative 3 plus 2 and y equal negative 1. So the answer will be negative 1. So if you want to write it, it's okay. If you want to take a screen, it's also okay. But let me to go to the next question with you. In the next question, number 26, I have 16x to the power of 12. Okay. So the root, the fourth root. What the meaning of fourth root? This means I have here 4, and this is 16, and this is x for 12. I can write 16 as 2 power 4, and x is still the same. And then I can just only write 2, 4 over 4, and x 12 over 4. Do you understand? They just divide. Okay, in over out. So this equal 2 power 1, and then x cubed. Clear or no? If it is clear, please try to send any emoji, please, everyone. Miral, Muayyad, Yara. Okay. Now, cosine x over tan x dot cosec x. It will equal to what? I can write here cosine x. And then tan, I can write it as sine over cosine. And cosec is the reciprocal of sine. Then I can flip all fractions on the top. So you have cosine x times cosine x times sin x over sin x times 1. Okay, you can simplify. So finally you have cosine square x. This clear, everyone? Are you there, everyone? Do you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Now let us see this question. Which of the sentences can be suitable to work on this data? Now, اتفضلي يا ميرال. Read the numbers. Miral, do you hear me? It's 45, 44, 45, 53, 42, 75, 47, 46, 15. If you arrange numbers, it will be 15, 42, 45, 46, 47, 53, 75. So 75 and 15 they consider as what? As extreme values. So if I have extreme values, I have to use median. I have to use median. Do you understand, everyone? Okay, clear. Next question. In this question, he said x minus 2 plus y minus 2 equal 8 in polar form. Now, let us back again to set that r equal what? Or x, sorry, x equal what? X equal r cosine theta. And y equal r sine theta. So in this equation, I will substitute x by r cosine theta minus 2. And instead of y, I will write r sine theta minus 2 equal 8. Now you have negative 2, you have negative 2, so you can move it to the other side. Okay, you can move this and this one to the other side. Okay, so if you move them here you have r cosine theta plus r sine theta equal 4. Equal 4. Okay, do you understand, everyone? Okay, do you understand, everyone? You can take r as a common factor, r, and you have cosine theta plus sine theta equal 4.
Doctora,
Yes.
can you repeat because my internet stopped working?
Okay. Okay, حاضر. أبشري حاضر. Now, first of all, the x coordinate is equal to r sine r cosine theta. R cosine theta. And y equal r sine theta. Okay. So now in the formula x minus 2, I write r cosine theta instead of x minus 2. And then plus. This plus instead of y, I write r sine theta. Okay. Minus 2 equal 8. Now minus 2 and minus 2 to be negative 4. I can send it to the other side to be 8 plus 4. Okay, and you have here r cosine theta plus r sine theta. Okay, you can take r as a common factor, so r equal cosine theta plus sine theta equal 12, not 4. Okay, it's a 12. Okay. Do you understand till this point?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, just a minute. Yes. And also here, do you hear me? Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Okay. And also, if you look for the equation, okay, you can solve the equation. Just a minute. You can solve it another way. Okay. طبعا احنا عندنا ال value of x and r is constant. يعني هنا this equation is constant for you. You have to memorize it well. And now for this equation here, you can write it as x minus 2 and then plus y minus 2 to be easier for you. And then you can move this to the other side. So you have also x plus y equal 12. Okay. Okay, do you understand? And then also you can write instead of x, r cosine theta plus instead of y, r sine theta, which is equal to 12. Okay. Okay. So if you want to take like a common factor to be r only cosine theta plus sine theta equal 12. Equal 12. Okay. فالمفروض الانسر تكون كده r times cosine theta plus sine theta equal 12. اوكي clear. خلينا نروح للي بعده. The maximum value of a function within its domain. He told you here the maximum value. So the maximum value, يعني for example, if this is a function drawn in this domain, so I can draw the graph like this way. Okay. So the maximum value in this domain, it will be what? It is called absolute maximum. Absolute maximum. the length of a vector 0 and 6. What the meaning of the length? I have to take the square root of 0 square plus 6 square. The x square plus y square, okay? So it will be 36, it will be 6 also, okay? The next question, find the next number in this sequence. 5, 3, 2, 1, 1. How you think in this part? Okay. Try to think in this question, please. Okay. You have 5, 3, 2, 1, 1. Ibrahim. Hello, Ibrahim. Are you there?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think about this question? You have 5, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1, and then 1. So what is the next?
It's gonna be 0
0. Why?
because he subtracted the terms together. Like 5 minus 3 will give us 2,
Yes, excellent.
and 3
Yes,
minus 2
excellent.
will give us 1.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you subtract the term with the next term, so 5 minus 3, it will give you 2. And then 3 minus 2, it will give you 1. And then 1, 2 minus 1, it will be 1. And then 1 minus 1, it will be 0. والحقيقة هي برضو في الأنسر ما كانتش مكتوبة كده، فخلي بالكم يا جماعة. تمام؟ أوكي. يعني أنا أقصد إيه، خلي بالكم ما تحفظوش إجابات لو سمحت. A matrix A and B are in order 2 times 2. يعني ال A order 2 times 2 will be كمان 2 times 2. What is the order of the resulting from this operation 3A minus 2B? If you subtract or add any two matrices, you have one condition. They must have the same number of columns and the same number of rows, okay? This means they have the same order. So if you subtract a multiple of them, you will get the same order also. Okay? The next question in this figure, limit x when x approaches to 0 for this function. Actually, this function is considered as absolute of x. Okay? So from the left-hand side, always you will get 0 on the y, and from the right-hand side, always you will get. So here the limit, when x approaches to positive or right, you will get 0, and when the x approaches to 0 from the right, from the left, also got 0. So you have the same. So the answer x will be 0. Okay. The next question, what is the value of x? The value of x, because x is hypotenuse, okay, so x square, it must be equal to sine square plus cosine square. I'm applying Pythagorean only. So this is equal 1. So x square, so x equal positive or negative 1. But because I'm looking for the length, or because this is a length here, I couldn't find length with negative. So I have to take 1. So the answer it will be 1. Okay. The next question, the exponential form of the expression, this expression, I can write it as 5, negative 5, and 3 here, and then C. Because you have negative, I have to flip the fraction to be C, and over, on the top you have 5 over 3. So it will be A. The next question, logarithm 4x power 4, so x equal what? It's log 4x, and this 4 you can send it here 4, and this is equal here 4. Okay. If you simplify, you will get here 1. Log 4x equal 1. Now try to write it. It will be 4 to the power of 1 equal x. So you can write it as 4 and here 1, and this is the what do you think? It will be 4. Okay, you can write it as this way also. So x, it must be 4. Okay, do you understand everyone? And also you can use all options. If you try to choose here 4 instead of x, you have x 4 and this is log 4 equal 4. If you write instead of x 4, you can say log 4 4, you have here 4 equal 4. This one will jump here and log 4 is 1. So you have 4 equal 4 on the right and on the left hand side. The next question is 2 log 6x equal half. So what is the value of x? Could you solve this by yourself, everyone? Okay, are you there? Could you solve this one by yourself, everyone? I'm waiting you. Try to solve it by yourself. Okay, how you solve the question? What do you get, everyone? ها اتفضلوا. You can write it as log 6x squared equal half. And then you can write 6, which is the base, to the power of half, equal the number, which is x squared. Okay? And then 6 power half, okay, it is the root of 6. You can write it as root of 6 equal x squared. He wants you to find the value of x. Okay? So now how can you find the value of x? Try to think. Is it 2 to the power of 1 over 4? Is it 6 to the power of 1 over 4? Is it what? أنا دايما بشوف إذا كان عندنا حاجة زي كده يعني we have a power and here also power. You can simplify powers. How? This is 6 power half and this is x power 2. تمام؟ خليكم معي. So I can remove this 2 here. How? By multiplying all times half. Okay, so I can simplify. So I got x power 1 equals 6. Half times half will be a quarter. Do you see? So the answer will be 6 power quarter. The next question, if the center of hyperbola is 1, -2, the sum of the major and the minor axis 16 and their difference is 4. What is its equation? طبعا هنا I can use elimination. I have to look for يعني if you write the formula, we can write it as x minus h square plus y minus k square, and here equal 1. And if you look here below x, you can find the major always here. So I have a square and here b square. Okay. Now, if this is a and this is b, this is hard to find difference between them because you have to take the square root for both. Okay. So I can cancel this option. Now, here I have 25 and 9. What is the square root of 25? If a square is 25, this means a, it will be 5. And b square is 9, so b, it will be 3. Okay. Now, he told you the length of the major and the minor. So, the length of the major, يعني هنا الميجر بيكون 2a والماينر بيكون 2b. تمام؟ فمعنى كده إنه اللينث هيكون 2 times 5، هنا هيكون 2 times 5 equal 10، وهنا 2 times 3 هيكون 6. يبقى if you add 6 plus 10 you will get 16. And if you subtract 10 minus 6 you will get 4. So if A is 5 and B is 3, this is the value of A and B, which is correct for this condition. Okay, the sum and difference, it will be 16 the sum and the difference is 4. And now let us to look here. So now A is 25 and B is 9. Okay, يعني هنا هيكون one of this option is correct. It may be B or C. Okay, but not D. Okay يا جماعة, do you understand? Now let us see here. The vertex is 1, so it must be x minus 1. So C is correct. Do you understand why? How do you understand how we solve the question, everyone? If this is clear for you, please raise up your hand, everyone. Okay, thank you. Ibrahim, do you understand? Muayyad, do you understand? Miral, Yara. Now, find the value of the following. الحقيقة I want to ask you, do you see in your exam integration for root function or no? I'm asking you, do you see a question like this one? Do you have integration
No.
for a root function?
No.
طيب شوفوا يا جماعة البورت ده هنا الروت يعني عشان هو موجود في الكولكشن بس هو مش صح. خلاص. والاوبشنز اللي هنا كمان مش هتطلع صح لانه باي it's not written on the integration. فاذا كان هو 4 minus x squared to be 4x minus x cube over 3. and I will solve the question. Okay, and we have here 2 and -2, so we have to find f2 minus f minus 2. Clear? Now we will substitute بال2 فيكون هنا 4 2 and then minus 2 cubed over 3. Okay, this is the by 2 and then minus -2 4 minus 2 and then minus -2 cubed over 3. تمام. طيب هنا هيكون 8 minus 8 over 3. بعدين minus هيكون -8. بعدين هنا هتكون -8. يعني خلي بالكم البورت ده هنا هيكون ده -8. ف -8 times negative times النيجاتيف اللي هنا هيكون positive. تمام. فهنا هيكون عندنا positive 8 over 3. Let us to distribute النيجاتيف هيكون 8 minus 8 over 3. بعدين minus times تبقى هي positive. Okay, 8 and then minus 8 over 3. Okay. طيب 8 plus 8 it will be 16 minus هنا I have the same يعني 8 over 3 and 8 over 3. تمام. يعني I have the same denominator يعني I have 16 over A over 3. طب let us to make them like one denominator يبقى احنا multiply هنا 3 times A كده. تمام. هيكون عندنا ال 3 times 16 equal what؟ equal 48. هيكون all 32 over 3. تمام. هي دي الانسر اللي المفروض انها تكون هنا انسر لايه للكويستشن ده. Okay, do you understand everyone? Do you have a question here? طيب. Okay. The next question, limit x approach for this function f x and also gx it will be a. يعني limit ال f x it will be a. limit ال gx also it will be a. Okay. What is the value of the difference between them? طبعا هنا I will substitute limit gx is a, limit fx is a, so the answer to be 0. Okay, the answer to be 0. ده بعد كده يبقى what is the absolute value? The absolute value يعني the length معناها length معناها distance. So I will take the square root to be 4 square plus negative 6 square أو 6 square بس كده distance. تمام. فلازم يكون فيها square. معرفش ال 2 دي كاتبينها منين بس خلينا نكتبها 6 هنا square يا جماعة وتبقى الانسر B. Okay. Do you understand everyone? طيب calculate the limit for this one. I have to do what? I have to do direct substitution. So I got 1 over 6 minus 6 square. يعني هتكون 1 over 0. 1 over 0 means infinity. Number over 0 it will be infinity. 44 the derivative of this function at 0.15. We got the derivative negative 2x plus 6. And then we substitute by 1 here. So it will be negative 2, 1 plus 6. يعني negative 2 plus 6. It will be positive 4. Okay. This is easy question. The function shown. What is the decreasing interval? طبعا if you maximize here يعني you can see the decreasing starting from 2.5 till 4.5. Okay. So it will be 2.5 till 4.5. Okay. The next question, the simplest form. He gave you 1 over sine. طبعا sine over cosine, you can write it as a 10. 1 over 10, it will be cotangent. The simplest form for this expression, you can just only flip this fraction to be here 10xy, and here you have 2x. Okay, and then you can simplify. طبعا هنا 2 times 5 لو انتوا واخدين بالكم ممكن you can do it with this 10. Okay, this x it can be removed with this x. جميل جدا. This y can be removed أو يعني ممكن we can leave the y, we can remove y square with y square. يعني finally I have 2x square on the top over x on the bottom. Okay, so I think to be 2x only. So if we have 2x, 10 with this 10, it's 2x only. If we back again to be sure only that everything is correct. Okay, so first I can remove this with this one and this x with this one. So I have only 2x on the top over 5. And then flip this fraction. So I have 10xy on the top and I have 2y on the bottom. So cancel this together. And 2 times 5, because this is times, with this one here. So I have 2x square. 2x square. I don't have 4. Okay, يا جماعة. Okay. Yes, 2x square is correct, not this one. 2x square is correct. Okay, do you understand everyone? Okay. Let us see here. In ellipse, if its value of eccentricity is 0, then what is correct? Now, what is eccentricity is equal to what is equal to C over A. And C equal to the square root of A square minus B square. Okay? So now if the horizontal axis is equal to the vertical axis, okay? If they are equal, that is mean C, it will be equal 0. You understand? Because I subtract only with this condition. Okay, so if I write here 0 over A, it will give me 0. You understand everyone? So this is only the case you can say if the eccentricity of the ellipse is 0, that is mean its horizontal axis will be equal to its vertical axis. Okay? Now, the next question, find the value of x. So we have to solve. We have to move this to the other side. 15 plus 9 will be 24. And we have 3 radical x plus 2. We can divide both sides over 3. So we have x plus 2 equal 8. We can square both sides. Okay. So we have x plus 2 equal 64. And if we move this to the other side, so we have 64 plus 2 minus 2, sorry, equal x. So x equals 62. Okay. This is clear, please. If it is clear, raise up your hand, please, everyone. This is clear or no? Okay, thank you. Now, let us see the next together. What is the value of log 313 minus log? طبعا هنا we have minus. We have the same log, so we can write it log 313 over 5. Okay. The next question, what is the value of A? Make this no inverse. So I have to equate it by 0. It's 2 times 6 minus 3A equals 0. We can send this to the other side. So I have negative 3A equal negative 12. So A equal 4. Positive 4. Okay. In question 52, if a die is rolled 3 times, what is the probability of getting even number? So any even number, it will give me 3 over 6. That's mean half. Because I do it 3 times, so I write it's half to the power of 3. Okay, because 3 times, it will give you 1 over 8. Okay, do you understand everyone? The next question, what is the exponential? Please, this is clear or no? هيا مؤيد، هيا دكتورة يارا، ميرال، إبراهيم. This is clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. The next question, what is the exponential of log? He just only want you to write the exponential to be 5 to the power of negative 5 equal 0.00032. Okay, it will be C. In this question here, a regular pentagon, okay, I just want you to try to remember the formula to find inner angle. So the inner angle, okay, equal to n minus 2 times 180 over n. So we have here 5 minus 2 times 180 over 5. That is mean you have 3 times 180 over 5. طبعا 180 you can write it as للتسهيل يعني it is 18 times 10 and you can simplify. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 18. 6 times 8 it will be 48. 6 times 1 you have. So the inner angle, each inner angle, it will be equal to 108. You can find this angle here, which it will be 72. So this is also to be 72. Okay. So the theta, which you have to solve, it will be equal the sum of the angle of a triangle minus the sum of the other two angles, 72 plus 72. So this is 180 minus 144. Okay, so it will be 36. You understand, everyone? Okay. Now, the next question, 55. I have 10 balls, 6 are blue. If 2 balls are drawn randomly without replacement. So if I will take 3 balls, so that means the first ball, it will be 6 out of 10. Okay. And the other ball, if it will be also blue, okay, the second will be also blue, to be 5 out of 9. Don't forget that. So the probability for the second only, it will be 5 over 9. The next question, 56. What is the value of x in this function? Okay. So let us convert this to exponential form. So it will be 49 to the power of half equal x. This means root of 49 equal x. This means x must be equal to 7. Okay, x equal to 7. You understand, everyone? And now, calculate the arithmetic mean of 5 numbers. Their median is 12 and their mode is 14 and 5. طبعا هنا هو قال لي انت عندك you have 5 numbers. تمام؟ اعطاني الميديان، فالميديان must be written in the middle. تمام؟ انا I wrote that for you. وطبعا قال لنا انت you have a mode 14 و5، فال5 must be written before وال14 after ايه الميديان. تمام؟ وهي النمبرز كلها 5 numbers، فمعنى كده ان ال5 وال4 repeated by the same يعني number of repeating، يعني ال5 هتكون مرتين وال14 هتكون مرتين 2 times. تمام؟ يبقى ده الاوردر. This is your order for ايه؟ This is the order of what? Of the numbers. كده احنا سوينا arrangement للnumbers. Now he wants you to find the mean. He wants you to find the mean. The mean. So the mean, it should be the sum over 5 numbers. So now try to add 14 with 14 to be 28. Plus 12, it will be 12 with 28 with 2 to be 30 with 10 to be 40. Plus 5 to be 50. So you have 50 over 5, which is 10. So the mean, it will be 10. Do you understand or no? Now, let us see here. He gave you fx is x squared plus 3 and gx is x plus 3. Find f plus. So you just add. So x squared plus what here? I don't know. 3 plus 3 is 6. And x. So this is the addition. X squared plus x plus 6. Okay? He can ask you in the exam for the degree. يعني ممكن يعطيك ده بس يقول لك ايه هو الديجري تبع f plus g. فممكن تعمل لها add وتعرف الديجري to be the second degree وممكن تبقى عارف ان هي الديجري هتبقى the ايه the greatest power in both function. خلي بالكم من الموضوع ده. On both function. Okay? نيجي هنا. What is the ratio of the shaded part to the whole shape؟ طبعا هنا 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 انت عندك 2 over 8 يعني هتصير quarter. طبعا ده سؤال looks like ايه القدرات. لغاية كده احنا we finish الماث part. So this is clear or no? We can continue tomorrow إن شاء الله. ويارا you asked me to make a summary for vectors صح؟
ايوه yes.
طيب okay we can do it tomorrow إن شاء الله. And I post الPDF ليكوا عشان تقدروا تشوفوا questions اللي جاية تمام. And إن شاء الله بكرة we can discuss on this question also. And before I discuss it I can make a quick review for what you need. But if you want to solve more question we can do it after tomorrow and I'll prepare يعني a new questions from three past collections okay to you only for vectors. You understand?
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome my dear. يلا try ان انتوا حاولوا نراجع كويس كل الفيديوز موجودة عندنا لو سمحتوا راجعوها كويس. بالنسبة للفيزيكس أنا I will try to see يعني some way to try to make يعني it is easy for you but try to make يعني حاولوا تفتكروا الأسئلة لو سمحتوا.